Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, good whatever time it is in your country. Okay, man. How everybody's doing? Okay, I can see people already in the chat. Herbert, my brother, in the house already. Silva, in the house. Zach is in the house. Hello, everybody. Get your question ready and get ready to come talk to us. Reaction for the fixture, the Premier League 2021-2022. Man, still struggling to stay awake here, but it's okay. I wanted just to give you the voice. So I'm here for you. So you better come and talk to us. All right. Let's see. So the schedule is out, and Herbert is going to tell us about his team, Man United. And if we have other fans from other teams, they can tell us what they think about the schedule. And for Chelsea, we're going to have to play against the Crystal Palace the opening day. And I say Frank Lampard, a question mark, because Frank Lampard been in touch with Palace, but they're not giving him any guarantee of any player or anything. So he doesn't just want to be there and fight for relegation or do miracles. You need a budget, but we all know that Crystal Palace, they just want to stay in the Premier League. No ambition, no nothing. So if you don't have any ambition, and then I don't think Frank Lampard is just going to be there sitting on a bench and hoping for miracles. You have at least to give him some players, average one maybe because they don't have the budget of Chelsea Football Club, but at least a project and a little bit of money so he can buy some players. So far, still Crystal Palace looking for a manager. They've been in touch with many people, including Frank Lampard. That's why I ask a question mark. Tuchel against Crystal Palace was going to be very interesting if he got the job and we have to play him on an opening day. Crystal Palace don't have the quality that we have at Chelsea and the depth of players that we have at Chelsea, but at least it was going to be interesting to see how that was going to be. And also keep in mind that Crystal Palace probably don't have many players on international duties at the moment in Euros or Copa America, so they might have more time to prepare for the Premier League than other teams. They're gonna have maybe the majority of the first team training and getting ready for the Premier League, but for teams like Man United, Man City, Chelsea, I think they need, those players from Euros or Copa America, they need at least a couple more weeks to relax. And by the time they come back from those fixture, they're going to miss the preparation, like they're going to miss the preseason and also probably few games at the beginning of the league. So it's going to be very interesting to see what is happening. So your questions, and also you can come live and talk to us if you wish. In the meantime, when I'm waiting for your questions, I can share with you the schedule so we can comment together. Schedule. Okay, Premier League fixtures. Yeah, so I think the full fixture, you should find the full fixture on the website probably. So we're gonna have to go to the website and see what is happening over there. The whole fixture. And Arsenal on the second day. Interesting. Arsenal, the boogie team. This time, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I wish we can beat them. Uh, like I said, they are always, try to give us hard time. Arsenal, no matter how poor they are, don't underestimate Arsenal in the London Derby. Tough opening for Chelsea and City. Okay, let me. So, people, send your questions or come talk to us. Feel free to do so because I'm here for you people. Okay, so if you don't want to come and talk to us, and then what the point of me cutting my sleep to come and talk to you? You see, doesn't make any sense, right? I'm still night here, like night. I'm struggling to wake up, but I know that everybody, overseas is up. So okay. So if you wanna come and talk to us, feel free to do so. I'm trying to find uh, the schedule, the entire schedule for Chelsea Football Club, and bear with me. Like I said, I am struggling to wake up because this is what I have to do for you guys. Give you the voice while sacrificing my own stuff. But it is what it is. I love it. I love doing it. Oh, I can hear myself. I can hear myself like do 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 do. Okay. So you have the link and you can come talk to us. Herbert, my brother, talk to me.
Yeah, seeing the fixture list. I mean, City and you guys probably have the most difficult fixtures.
Hmm.
So that's gonna. I mean, that's a good. I always prefer hard fixtures in the first because that's when team are not settled and they're trying to figure out the formations and the new players and everything. So it's
Hmm.
better to get the hard games first because once you settle into the Premier League, at least after 8 or 9 games, you kind of find the rhythm and you can go in. So it's easier to have the easier fixtures towards the end. Who knows? You might be in the title race and you rather play Brighton, all these Brentford
Hmm.
teams rather than United, Chelsea, or so. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't remember the last time we opened the Premier League because the first game is United versus Leeds. So obviously they need a big fixture to start the league. So
What
happy
is
with the
your
fixtures.
opening game again?
Leeds United.
Oh my goodness, Bielsa. Huh.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is going to be
So
tough. A real test for you guys.
I think the real test will be in October and November. So
Uh-huh.
listen to this. So we first game in October is Everton, then Leicester, then Liverpool, then Spurs, City, Chelsea, Arsenal. I mean, I don't know who made these fixtures. That's like all the tough games in the space of 2 months.
These are random though. I mean, Chelsea also had like a very tough schedule
Yeah.
at some point, in the opening, like couple seasons back when you beat us 4-0.
Haha,
So
yeah, I remember.
never underestimate Oli at the wheel, you know.
I am not even estimating anything, so forget about underestimating or overestimating. There is no estimation for him in my side.
Yeah,
But
so
I think fixtures for you guys, obviously, I mean, look, Chelsea operate in a very efficient way. So you obviously have all your players before the Premier League start. And anyways, I think last season from this, the rule has come that you can't make any transfers when the league has started. So that's a very good rule in my opinion. But we have to see. I think that Wenger was the one who said it. He is the one who suggested this idea.
for the window to be closed before the beginning of the
league
season.
starts. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the
He said
problem
that.
with that is
Yeah,
other
yeah,
leagues still open, so people
yeah.
can still buy from you, but
You can't
you
buy.
can't buy.
You
That
can
is
only
gonna,
sell.
and
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be applied with everything that is going on right now, with the pandemic and all that. I don't think it's gonna be the same for this season though. But because I think last season they didn't apply it because of the same reasons. But it
No,
is
no.
what
I
it
think
is.
last season they applied it. That's why we got a deadline for Sancho by the end of July. Sorry, by the end of July, and we didn't pay heed to it. So obviously they didn't wanted to deal with us towards the end. And I mean, I remember this very correctly because last season we were struggling with this, and lots of people were saying, how is it fair? And there were people bashing Wenger and all that.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe this time it could change because of the Euros and everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna apply this time. Of course, it's gonna be really stupid. Too much going on right now to 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 worry even about the date of just make it uh the same as other leagues, and then until everything comes back to normal, you can't really keep on changing, twisting, and putting yourself in a very bad situation. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think. So going to be very, very. So let me repeat. So Chelsea Football Club, Saturday, 14th August. We're gonna play home against Crystal Palace, and that is going to be after playing the Super Cup.
Oh, you could be against Frank Lampard, by the way.
Frank Lampard, we don't know yet. They're talking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him, but it's not sure that he's going to take the job because
Yeah.
they are not giving him anything. It's like, hey, you have those aging players like Mbeteke, and you have
Hmm.
Gary Cahill, and you have Easy. The young man who is very talented who got injured, Achilles
Yeah.
injury, who could be out for almost a season. The same injury as Callum Hudson-Odoi suffer for those kind of injuries. You can be 2 years without even getting back to the level that you were before. So look at how Callum Hudson-Odoi is suffering. Look at um, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is suffering the same kind of injury. So that is just
Hmm.
take him out of the picture already. And then Zaha, who wanna leave but who signed a very stupid contract to keep him at Palace because he has no choice but to stuck at Palace, who is not happy because he's been trying to leave the club for forever now, but he can't. So he can just give what he can give. So if you don't really give Frank Lampard some guaranteed, maybe couple players plus few players from the academy, from Chelsea academy, where he can take them on loan. Then what the point? What the point of coming back to management to get
Hmm.
to sabotage your managerial future like that after what happened at Chelsea? So I don't think he's going just to jump if you don't give him money. So we don't know yet
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that is what it is. Some people are just asking Mbappe, Haaland. It's just, hey, we're talking about the Premier League here. Are you happy that the Premier League's coming back August 14th? Almost in a couple months from now, let's say. So, can you read to us? Do you have your schedule in front? Your fixtures?
Yeah. Yeah. I have mine.
Okay.
Just a
Can
second.
you read to us what is Man United?
So for United, we play in August. We are playing three teams. First, we are opening the league with Leeds. Then we have Southampton and Wolverhampton. So those are the three games.
Mm-hmm.
Then comparatively, August and September are, I mean, well, I won't say easy, but we are not playing anyone big. So Newcastle, West Ham, and Villa, make up the September. Then, as I said, October and November, we have all the big games. So Everton, Leicester, Liverpool, Spurs, City, Watford in between, then Chelsea, Arsenal again. So that's the 2 months which is going to be, very, very difficult. So,
Mm.
and as I said to you that it's better to have the harder games in the first half of the first, in the beginning of the season,
Mm-hmm.
because see, your second game is Arsenal, right? And I won't be. I mean, this time obviously it's an away game, but I will be more confident of you guys beating them than I was the last time when they did the double over you. Because with Arsenal, both the time whenever they are down, they suddenly raise up the games against the big team. So this time you're playing in a much more, in the beginning of the season. So that's the better. So as you said, that Arsenal is a boogie team for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it is what it is. It's going to be very interesting to see what can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any prediction for the next season? Like who is going to finish first and who is going to
Mm-hmm.
be relegated? Just it's difficult to guess, but by
Yeah.
the look of it,
I,
what do you think? The top four and the
mm,
bottom three.
I think. I don't want to see Chelsea winning the league because you are playing us in August, and I have no intentions of giving you guys a guard of honor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. That's the one thing I see whenever the fixtures come out. So, anyways, I mean, look, maybe depends on the transfer window. So it's a very early call.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I, because I still feel that Chelsea is a bit of a tournament team. They are not a 38 league team season right now. Even if you
Mm-hmm.
look at Havertz last night also, I mean, yeah, he scored the one goal, right? Which is probably the best. He won't score a more important goal than his career. Maybe, who knows? But can he
Mm.
do it in like at least 20 games in the 38 game season? So not sure. So that's why you need a number nine. Look, without the transfer window, I can't really tell you what the top say be. But I still think if you start right now, I still think City are favorites. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the traditional Norwich, Watford, they will be relegated. Uh, I'm hoping for Brentford to survive. I don't want to see Norwich and Watford again. I,
Okay.
let's scratch that. It's better for Norwich and Watford to stay because so that they don't come up again. So yeah, I
Yeah.
want Burnley to be relegated. I think everyone
Yeah,
wants
that's
Burnley to
that's
be
the problem.
relegated.
People have been waiting for them to get relegated for the last 6 years,
Yeah,
but they're still there. I want. Hey, don't get me wrong. Newcastle
yeah.
are the team that I wanna. I like them somehow, the Geordies, but I wanna get
Mm-hmm.
them to get relegated because of their honor, the way
Uh-huh.
the way he treats people, his
Mm-hmm.
employees, and then the fans, the way he treats them,
Mm-hmm.
the way he treated also Benitez, not giving him money, and when Bruce came, and then you went with like 40 million, something like that, and buy Joel Linton after Benitez
Yeah.
is gone. Like, hey, if you
Mm-hmm.
gave that same money to Benitez, he was going to find maybe three players that can really play very good for the team. So I don't know. The decision making from that owner is, I don't like it. So I would really like um,
Mm-hmm.
to see them go just for that. So Mike Ashley can sell the club and all that, and also um, Sean Dyche need to go. He needs really to be relegated. And I want to
Mm-hmm.
see maybe for the first
Mm-hmm.
time in a long time that all three clubs from the championship like survive. Like they're not going
Yeah.
down. I want all of them. Like, let's see what's gonna happen the second season. I don't
Yeah.
think Norwich are going down because they learn from their mistakes. The problem with
Mm-hmm.
Norwich is their manager. He won't budge to anything. He will continue to play his way or no way. He doesn't play for a result. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can see they play beautiful football, great players with Bondia. Well, Bondia already went, but back in the day, they had a great team. But they
Yeah.
beat even City. They gave
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
very hard time and all that. And they keep on playing tiki taka, beautiful football without playing for result. So if
Yeah.
they can learn how to play sometimes for a result 1-0 and close the shop and get 3 points, they can survive. But if they're gonna continue that way, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to survive. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I want Burnley to go. I want Newcastle to go, and Arsenal also, and Tottenham should Tottenham and Arsenal, of course, um, which is not going to happen. But hmm.
Yeah, I
What
like
do you,
the I
Mhm.
actually like the London rivalry more than any other rivalries because I mean, look, Arsenal pretty much are an irrelevant club right now. I mean, they could become relevant, but I mean, the sheer arrogance some of their fans have just trying to compare their club to European champions, and they
Mhm.
haven't won anything since 2004. I mean, ah, I
They
don't get it,
always
but
they
I like it.
always find a they always find a way of making themselves feel good. But some of them really start understanding that you can't compare the Champions League with a Carabao Cup or with
FA Cup.
uh, yeah, FA Cup, or they're even counting their charity cups. The charity
Mhm.
that they won against us. Oh, we got more trophy. Okay, yeah. Depending on how you see it, if you win it, you're
Mhm.
gonna call it a trophy, the Community
Mhm.
Shield, and then if you don't win it, you're gonna say, it's just a friendly game. But
Yeah.
they count. They count. They would tell you, "Oh, we beat you in 1932 after the Great Depression." Like, hey, nobody is going to remember that right now. Okay, let's talk. That it was 1932. That cup
Yeah.
it was like a tournament for three clubs or something. So they come up with something crazy like that.
Mhm.
Especially that DT guy. He always, oh man, we have more
But
trophies. And let's say some of them are saying, you know what, I would take maybe
Mhm.
5 trophies or 10 of our trophies just to get one
Mhm.
Champions League cup, you know? So it's like you have two Toyotas and somebody got like
Mhm.
a Lamborghini or something. So the
Yeah.
quality doesn't count for them, for the banter, of course, but they
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
know that. They know that.
Mhm. No,
So
funny thing is that they criticize how Chelsea operate, the Russian, you know,
yeah, Sugar
everything,
Daddy.
but sugar daddy. But the funny thing is, both United and Arsenal would love a owner like that who actually
Exactly.
gives a damn about their club. Yeah.
You
So I
know.
have never criticized Roman in any form. Look,
Mhm.
when he came, he wanted Chelsea to become self-sufficient in 10 years. That's what you become. You don't need to sell to buy. Obviously, the money is injected, but that's what a football club is there supposed to do. No, and most important thing is that he questions the operations. Because if you look at our owners or even Liverpool, Arsenal, they put the money, whatever they put, and they completely forget about it. Like they don't care. But
Mhm.
as you know, with Lampard, I mean, look, he respected Lampard. I think he's the only manager who got a send off from Roman. Otherwise, I don't think Roman has given any kind of send off to other managers. And as I said before, if you're not doing well, even if it's Tuchel, if he's not doing well next season, he's going to land at Stamford Bridge in his chopper and he's going to question you.
Mhm.
So, I mean, for me, he's the best, how should I say, best owner in world football for me.
Yeah, he is. He is. He
Yeah,
he
yeah,
he loves football. He's not
yeah,
there
yeah, exactly.
for money.
Mhm.
He's there for
He has a
glory,
lot of
for
money.
love. Yeah, he
Yeah,
got money
yeah,
already. Now it's
uh,
glory. You wanna look
yeah.
good in front of the people. So
Mm.
he put the money to get successful. But it's gonna be very, very. What do you think about Arsenal? They are not even in the Conference League. Do you think
Mhm.
this is going to be the season that they do something in the Premier League because they don't have many games? No excuses, right?
No
You think?
excuses. Also, totally depends on what kind of backing Arteta gets because they have to first close a gap on what is it, Villa, West Ham, and all these players before they can even think about the top four. So you know you have to buy players of that caliber. You're not gonna get by with whatever you have. So depends totally on the transfer window. Obviously, United, Arsenal, same thing. No money is injected. I mean, maybe we are a bit different because we have money, but again, we don't spend it. But Arsenal don't even have money. I was hearing rumors that they have a 70 million transfer budget this season, and they have to raise money
Mhm.
to increase that budget. But 70 million is a change for Chelsea and Man City.
Yeah, but the
So
problem is when Antonio Conte joined
mhm,
Chelsea,
Yeah.
We had to, David Luiz coming back from PSG, and we had a well
Hmm.
almost pretty much the same team. What I'm talking about here is like you still Arsenal, right? You still have Saka, you still have Aubameyang, you still have a big
Yeah.
guns, those guys Martinelli, and they
Hmm.
have to play like one game a week. They don't have to worry about Thursday Europa League games or something. So if they can
Hmm.
focus on
Totally on that.
on making a team together. Yeah, they still have party. Okay, they
Yeah.
still have Saliba in the defense. They have good players already, and probably the schedule, the fixture in Europe were killing them. So this
Yeah.
time, at least show us what you can do, because they were awful. You don't even know how they are playing. It's so confusing. So this time,
Hmm.
at least, even if you don't get the budget that you need, the player that you need, but with what you
Hmm.
got already, you have to show us what you can do, with the players that you have. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I agree. But I think the biggest difference between Arsenal and United is that we have just better players because on a managerial standpoint, I don't think Oli and Arteta are, capable of managing any club in Premier League, let alone one of the top clubs. Because let's be honest, if Arteta gets sacked, he's going to, manage some club in Spain like Oviedo or something. And Oli is no one's going to hire Oli. I mean, Steve Bruce won't even keep him as second assistant. So forget about the job in the Premier League. But yeah, because that's the level you guys and City have. I mean, look,
Steve
listen,
Bruce won't even get him as an assistant.
he won't, because he has more qualification than Oli. He has. Why
That's-
would he? So why would he? Yeah,
I think
I
he
mean, do you
only
remember
only won something. Only won something in what
Mulder?
country? In Malta. Yeah, he won
Mm,
something there, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't count that as trophies. I mean, even I don't know. That's like Scooby Doo trophies. That's not important. And if you want a better thing, here's the when he joined Cardiff, they were
Yeah,
mid-table, and he
yeah.
got them relegated. So, and let's look at what Tuchel did. You were mid-table and you won the Champions League in 4 months. So, listen, that's the standard which all the clubs, City, even City, like you guys beat them. So, I don't know how we're gonna compete with you guys because I can't see Chelsea finishing, below us because obviously you will bring players. You already have players who are high on confidence.
Mm.
I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, I mean, Jadon Sancho is not gonna solve our CDM issues. I don't even know if they are even being linked with the CDM. It's
Yeah,
going
it's
to be
gonna
difficult
happen.
for us.
Looks like the Glazers. I think I watched them. I don't know if in American television or somewhere that he was saying that we trust the people that we put in charge. So it looked like they don't really care, but the truth is that they give responsibilities to certain people to do the right thing. So they kind of sit back a little bit, but it doesn't mean that they don't care. So since they got a lot of pressure from the fans this time, they are going to try to they will try to get you Sancho, get you a CDM, get you probably
Hmm.
4 players this window to make you guys happy, and let's see what Oli can do with those players. That is the big question.
I don't think that's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen. Even if they get 4 players, I already told you that those 4 players will be Jadon Sancho, a cheap centre back, and Tom Heaton and Kevin Trippier. So that's not gonna close the gap on you guys and City or even Liverpool. So we need better than that. We need a CDM. First things first, we have to get McFred out of that midfield. So I don't know what we're going to do because with United they are just stretching this deal because so that we don't demand more. Imagine if Jadon Sancho is completed within this next week. Obviously, United fans will say sign a CDM, sign a centre back. So they don't want that kind of heat and pressure. It just irritates me how we operate. I mean, it's
So, are
completely different
do you
to a
think that you're gonna wait until like the last minute
oh 100%, 100%. We
to
are
make a
not going
deal
to
so people don't have to complain?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the Glazonomics. That's the Glazonomics we are unfortunately,
Mm.
suffering from the since Fergie left because Fergie was working miracles even with
Mhm.
Glazers. So look, I mean, when I'm seeing Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, what quality they have and what ambitions they have, and how you guys operate. I mean, I don't see how we are going to ever compete with that. I mean, even if you win few games, I mean, it's a 38 game season. I can't see with Oli, you know, besting Tuchel in this season.
Yeah, that's the way it is, man. So for me, I still think that Chelsea, because Thomas Tuchel said that from day one, he's
Yeah,
going to try to close the gap on City, and he showed us that he can. So
yeah.
last season was about to close the gap in one game. Take one game at a time, and we saw him beat Pep Guardiola 3 times.
Yeah.
And Pep Guardiola
I,
still need a striker. Okay,
mhm.
man. People on paper, I think they had the fear factor. People were afraid before even they play them. They're like, "Oh my God,
Mhm.
we're gonna lose. Look at Tiki Taka and all that." So
Yeah,
now teams know how to play against them. We
yeah,
show them how to play against City. So I don't think it's gonna be uh,
absolutely, absolutely.
the same next
I
season.
think it's about the games which you mentioned previously, the bogey teams. I mean, those are the games which cost a lot. Arsenal's. I remember you got beaten, you got a draw at West Brom, and got beaten at Sheffield also, I think. So those are the games. I mean, look, you have beaten Pep 3 times, so
Mhm.
I
Yeah, we
that's
know how to play against big teams. Now is the
big
boogie
teams, yeah.
teams, the low block,
Same
and
at
all that.
United.
So
Exactly, exactly.
that's what we have to figure out. But I think we're gonna figure out, because we're gonna have few more systems to break team down. So I
Yeah.
I really think that Chelsea are going to be right there. We're not gonna let City
Hmm.
go like 10 points, 12, and 20 points in advance
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
that. It's not gonna happen.
Mhm.
And yeah, I feel confident. I don't want to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
City again, man. I'm sick of them.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to see
No,
them.
big thing is, I think, I mean, you said no, right? Like we have problems against low blocks. I don't necessarily think you have because you are creating chances. So you're not putting it, on the back of the net. That's the
That's the
problem.
problem.
At United, we don't even create chances to break low blocks. We are just relying on individual brilliance. But I mean, at Chelsea, it's not the case because you don't really have, that individual brilliance kind of players. You have a proper team. I mean, look,
Hmm.
Mason Mount's a good player. Pulisic is a good player, but they are not, world stars. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you won the Champions League, but if you look at us, we have Bruno, Pogba, Rashford, all Cavani. These are experienced players. So
Hmm.
I'm just feeling very, I'm very scared about what we're gonna do next season.
Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about some transfer, because people have been asking. People are
Yeah,
very
curious.
people curious about transfer. Anything that you can tell them to please them, you have
Hmm.
to say it. Otherwise, nobody is going to watch. Like they wanna hear like, hey, tomorrow it's Haaland. Like it's
Couple
crazy
of
how people don't want to hear the truth. If you tell
Mhm.
them, hey, relax, this is
Yeah,
not done yet, it's just speculation, clickbait. No, they're gonna hate you.
mhm.
That is the way it is in this business. So
Yeah.
um
I think a couple of people have asked like, what's the deal with Haaland and personal terms. I don't think there is any news regarding that. So if you're reading anything from ITK accounts or who just wants to gain followers, don't believe that unless
mhm,
someone credible like Matt Law or Romano or
mhm.
Ornstein these kinds of journalists tweet, then only believe it. So there is no personal terms agreed with Haaland. I don't think Haaland's going to leave Dortmund this season. So you have to
Mhm.
wait.
Yeah. So we have DJ in the house, and we have also Tom. Tom, been a long time, bro.
Yeah. I've been busy with a couple of things. That's problems.
Okay,
There you go.
so what do you think about your schedule? Glazers out, Tom?
Oh well, whoever isn't. If anybody isn't, then you're pretty much done. It's the same situation with such as Daniel Levy at Tottenham.
Okay.
Whoever wants him in, aye. Money men, bankers. That's what they are. But like we've said before about ownership and stuff at clubs, any club wants to follow a model. Follow Leicester. That's the model of a club how it should be run. We can talk all we want about Chelsea, and Chelsea aren't the perfect club in terms of the fact of you sack managers year on year. probably the only downgrade you'd say with Abramovich. You know, with Manchester City, you'd say the only thing is that they can chuck all the money that they wanted it, but they've still not got over the line with the one thing that they wanted to win, and that was the Champions League. So really, Man City haven't completed it. Leicester have done pretty much something that will never be replicated. You know, this team was nearly relegated the previous year, and then they go on to win the Premier League title, then bring in a new manager, new system with Rodgers. 2 years yet, albeit they've not crossed the line with the top four. However, even for them to be challenging, is probably something that I think Leicester fans could only have dreamed of years ago. And then obviously go on and win the FA Cup. Special moments. And we've spoken before about owners and things like this and that. But until you get somebody who's stable at a football club in terms of the ownership and how they run it, they need to be the figurehead behind everything. And if you don't have that person who just wants that club completely, then you're not going to do it. I look at clubs, I look at the Kroenke's, the Glazers and stuff. All have NFL teams, all American football teams. But they just use the English football as a way of just funding that. Because if you put the Super Bowl on the table and you put the Champions League on the table, which one do you want to win? They'll always say the Super League. Because it's
because of money.
Yeah, it's their American football and money, like you've just said there, money. And it's greed in football, like with the Super League. You put a fan forum or a poll to say if you want the Super League to happen or not. There would have been, at least give fans some sort of a saying if it goes ahead or not.
Yeah.
Not, all right, this is what we're doing.
Do not just impose them and destroy the culture and just impose them something out of the blue just because of your personal interest.
Exactly.
Right?
The Premier League would have been ruined without the top 6 clubs. You know, the Italian league would have been ruined without its top 3 Italian teams, really, both Milan clubs and Juventus. Spain would have been ruined without Real Madrid, Atletico, and Barca. You know, and it would have ruined football. It would have completely ruined. We'd have been watching teams like Leicester City in the Champions League while we're watching the Money League, basically. No relegation, no promotion. It's like a new.
It's a disgrace, man. What's going to be a disgrace? So, DJ, are you there, brother? Good morning.
Yeah.
Good
morning,
afternoon,
everyone.
or whatever. Yeah.
How you all doing? You good?
Yeah, good. What is your initial reaction to the schedule? 2022.
Some really excellent fixtures there, haven't we? At Crystal Palace, Banter FC. We've got Liverpool. Aston Villa. Yeah, I'm actually. What do you call it? It's going to be it's going to be quite a high start for the start of the season, isn't it? Busy.
Yeah.
I think we're getting we've got hard teams in front of us. But listen, look, I think for me, I don't mind it. It'll be tough. But listen, I'm confident in my team in Tuchel, and I think this season we're going to go for the Prem this season. So if it means starting with the harder fixtures first, then so be it. Do you know what I mean? It's what it is. But good fixture list.
All right, so we still have like 5 minutes to go. We're gonna go around. And Tom, do you have any transfer news for Man United? You heard something? Any speculation going on there? Who are you gonna sign before the end of the window?
No, well, nothing's happening obviously with the Euros. The Euros is the main priority, and no manager or national teams letting any training officials on to do medicals or anything. So you won't even see. You might see fees agreed and stuff like that, but no player is going to be signing for anywhere over the Euros. That's the fact that you can one thing say. But like we're being a Man United fan, we're pissing about over 11 million. Sorry to swear, but we're pissing about 11 million over Sancho. Just pay the money and move on to your next target. Instead of letting the saga roll on all summer, just so you don't have to buy anybody else, and then look, here's this poster boy Sancho. I take it from Chelsea's perspective. If this happened with Erling Haaland for 2 years, you'd probably say forget it.
Yeah.
If you can't agree a fee in 2 years and it takes this long, just forget it and move on to your next target, because there's players who are just as good, if not even better, on the day than players like Erling Haaland. You could, like people were saying about, Haaland's the next, golden boy, this, that, the other. Yeah, he is a future Ballon d'Or winner. Everybody can see that and knows that. But there's better options out there for these players to choose. And if Chelsea are going to pull the trigger, you do it now. while
Of course.
while the iron's hot, because Chelsea's the most attractive club right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like it comes like Chelsea. You don't piss about. If you want a player, you go all in. There's 100 million right next target. Last summer was a clear point of view of how clubs should be run in transfer markets. Don't mess about with money. Put your fee on the table. The club puts their fee, what they think. Meet in the middle. That is all you have to do, and then it is simplistically done. And if the player wants to move, they will move. If they don't, then they'll say no. Next target. But Man United, everybody knows what we need. We need a centre half, a CDM, and that right wing position.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll get Sancho over the line. All this crap to do with Kieran Trippier, I just want it to be over with. I wouldn't mind getting him for free, but don't piss about paying 35 million pounds for a player who's not going to play, who's just going to be a squad player.
Mm-hmm.
And just go and get the players that we need. We need first team quality, not squad players. Fred and McTominay. At the start of the season, I do not want to see Fred and McTominay play together.
Okay.
You can play one of them next to a new CDM, or don't play either of them. I don't want to see that partnership ever exist again, unless it's in an FA Cup game that means sod all. I don't want to see that partnership. And exactly the same with the centre-back partnership. I don't want to see Maguire and Lindelof, because it doesn't work. I don't.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
It's like at Chelsea. You could say that at first, Thiago Silva and Zuma, that didn't work. When Lampard was there, it didn't work at all. But when you revert to a back three and you bring another, holding centre-back into play, some systems work. And it's same with managers. Like we've said before, managers work for certain clubs.
Mm-hmm.
But get a CDM, get a centre-back and get a right winger, and then we'll have a conversation about possibly challenging for the title. But until then, we're not going to be doing fucking anything this year.
I completely respect you. Good luck to you, Tom, and I'll see you next time, brother. Thank you for helping.
Yeah, no problem, mate. See you later.
Thank you, brother.
Easy, mate. Bye.
Take it easy. Herbert, brother, do you have the last word before we leave?
Yeah, look, I think Tom summed up everything on a United perspective. If Arsenal are a banter club of London, we are a banter club of Manchester. So nothing really to say. I mean, as I said to you, totally depends on what kind of players we sign. If we see McFred again, forget about the title or even the top four. So,
All right, Herbert, brother. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you later, brother.
Take it easy, Herbert.
Yes.
All right, DJ, what do you have to say? Do you have any news, any breaking news in the community? Because people just been asking me, what is the latest on Haaland and Hakimi? What's going on here? Do you have any news? DJ, are you still there?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, DJ. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
here, bro. No, that's right. You put me on backstage. I think when you put her, but you pressed me.
Yeah,
as well,
I think.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. It's okay. The only news I heard, and I think it was all going around and trending all around Twitter yesterday, is Erling Haaland. I know Herbert said earlier on. It was interesting to hear Herbert saying that Erling Haaland may not come to Chelsea. I don't think that's going to happen. From what I understand, personal terms have been agreed with him, with the player himself. And I think we're all just waiting now when that deal is going to happen. I think it's going to be. I mean, the thing of us, he's not in the Euros. So this is a deal we can easily get over the line. I think it's just once, like the gentleman said beforehand, the guy who's the Manchester United podcast guy.
Tom.
Tom, like he said earlier on, it's hopefully we won't ponce around with him, because hopefully the fee can be agreed in the middle, and hopefully we'll be able to get Haaland over the line. I think that can be that's the only one. And obviously Hakimi is the other one. I think we were having a long conversation last night on Baggy TV regarding Hakimi and all these players, and we think Hakimi could still be a possibility, even though there's talks of saying that he prefers Paris Saint-Germain. But but then Burton actually come out and said to me, you know what? Until the actual player comes out and says it himself from his camp that he prefers PSG, then then you can maybe believe that. But yeah, they're the only two players I think at this moment in time. I think we're going to get. I still think Tuchel is still another prospect as well to come in. I think that's another one that's not going to be done yet, but it could be that could go over the line. So I mean, there are some positives, but the only main positive one as I said, is Haaland. I think Haaland's one is the one with the personal terms agreed. that could be the one that we could be looking at in the next couple of days. I think it's
Yeah,
just a matter of when.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Haaland is not in Euros, so
Yeah.
it's a different case. But the problem is agreeing personal terms doesn't mean you're going to
That's
sign
exactly
a player.
that's what I said. That's
So
what I said,
people
yeah.
just getting so excited, probably for no reason, because you can agree personal terms, but you have to agree, terms with the club, with Borussia, with the agent, and all that. So it's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And there is an offer on the table as well, but I don't think that offer's going to go. I mean, what is it, 70 million plus Tammy Abraham, I think was the one was put on there. But that's still that makes 100 million because he's worth about 40 million. Tammy Abraham. We're talking about 150 million for Haaland. So we're still we're still quite a way out. 50, we're like 50 million out still. So it looks like it could be a couple of other players that could go along with this deal. I mean, I've heard of. I think I've seen players such as Alonso being mentioned as well, but I cannot see Alonso going to Borussia Dortmund, mate. No way. I can't see him going for. I can't see them wanting him anyway. But yeah,
yeah,
that's
man.
the only
That's I think that's it. DJ, thank you so much, brother,
Thanks,
for
man.
helping. And I think I should go maybe back to
Yeah.
sleep a little bit before work or something. I don't know
You
what
got
I'm gonna do now. I just
You got any
wanted to
more-
jump because I saw the
You got any more
fixture.
live
So
stream watchings today?
I don't know. Depend on my schedule. Depend on the work that I have.
Yeah, of
If I
course.
finish earlier, I
Yeah.
can go live. But if it's not, and then maybe next time.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. It's always just a pleasure being on your show, mate. And everyone, if you haven't reached 100k yet, you know what to do. Get
Yeah.
this man to 100k. Yeah, smash the like, subscribe, and so on, and everyone.
Thank you so much, everybody.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you, DJ, and
Take care.
peace.
Peace out.
Take
to you, bro.
care.
All right.
All right.